board meeting, May 2026. First order of business is approval of minutes from the April 1st meeting, April 1st, 2026. Any comments on the meeting? Second. All there. First order of business, all business, USP 26-007, applicant requests additional continuances. Tina Flores, owner of 178 Glens Street, tax map number 302.20-31-60, approval to convert vacant public doors into four two-bedroom units. This was asked to be tabled. We love to keep table on this. I want to take what's that? So, okay. All right. New business, site plan review, SC 16-013, sideboard review, SBR 26-004, Taylor, Rizzo, and Zachary Bushy, westies of 11-17 South Street, unit 111, tax map number 302.20 -27-4, represented by Spencer Graves, seeking site plan review for commercial space in bubble tea and coffee shop and sidewalk review for the installation
you know, what the things look like, but it's basically gonna be whatever.
This is
That one, yeah.
kind of a freelance.
The pattern is gonna be whatever inspires them at the moment, but it's gonna be, there was two different pages, there's that one and the beige one, I think we've got two,
Mhm.
and the same thing, so it's kind of free flowing, you know, lines there. The second one, we gave a sketch of roughly what it's gonna look like, and then there was a, you know, a sample of prior work. So it's gonna kind of be, you know, bright and colorful. And then the last one, is gonna be the, caboose. So the only thing on, yeah, so it's gonna be next to the, animal cracker mural.
So that's gonna look like the
It's gonna-
caboose.
It's gonna look like the NH, red caboose.
That looks pretty cool. Okay. Would anyone from the public like to comment on this application? Okay. Mr. Gaddy, you have some comments for me on this?
No, I mean, it looks like you've already got drills that just sites and, you know, two big projects.
Yeah, there's a lot of them there. It keeps getting better. Mr. Morphus?
Okay, the sketch is gonna be colored in now. Oh, yeah, no, so that's why I gave you the second. Wherever it is, this page here, so it'll be more along that line. The sketch is just kind of like his concept of what. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. The B, you know, B. Yes, okay. So, right, that's. That's strictly. Yep. Fine.
When you said the colors aren't selected yet, it's not like it's Hummingbird Mountain, so I'm assuming we're gonna
It's the,
color it like a Hummingbird Mountains, it's not gonna be.
presumably, but, you know, honest, well, I don't know.
They're artists.
I mean, this is what they do for a living. I mean, so.
Is this, so this one is kind of tan, but then is it more gonna be this color, the greens?
It's, like I told you, it's gonna be whatever inspires them at the moment. So I, you know, I don't assume it's gonna be, you know, fluorescent orange and gold. Well, it's gonna be something along those
I like it.
Yeah.
No, I think that it's a great way you're continuing to clean up that property, brighten it up, and improve it. So I have no questions, no problems.
We always ask to make sure that we can get into this.
Yeah.
When you're gonna paint sort of that gray and blue sides.
Eventually, possibly, I mean, we've got that storage building that was approved at an earlier meeting that we're gonna be putting up kind of an interior of those containers, so maybe after we get that done, maybe we'll get around painting the interior.
Well, the one on the other sides, you're not painting the whole
The
side.
you mean the back side,
Yeah.
facing the dumpsters, you know,
So these are gonna be facing.
so these are the street facing views. So the other sides, the back sides are basically the dumpster facing view.
Maybe down the road sometime.
Yeah, no, I mean, I wouldn't say no, but they're not awful, they're just green. So,
Yeah, no,
and
Anything from you on this? You're good on this. Okay.
all set.
Yep.
I will make a motion that the Glens Falls Planning Board, acting as the Board of Sign Review, hereby grant sign approval for the application SPR 26-005 Kern Lane LLC, owner of 18-26 Kern Lane, tax map number 303 .17-13-8 for the installation of 3 murals
Mhm.
existing on the storage containers on the site listed as A, B, and C on the map provided, and that the murals will be maintained and the boxes are locked. Second.
All in favor?
Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Mr. Uncliffe. Next item on the agenda is signboard review, S&B Properties, owner 45 Hudson Avenue, tax map number 309.35-1-3-1 is seeking signboard review for the installation of a monument sign on an existing base and the installation of illuminated channel letters on aluminum backer mounted on the building.
Good evening. Jamie Coloratolo with White Signing Graphics. Here on behalf of Veteran Orthodontics. Looking for a monument sign in the front on the Hudson Ave side, and then a set of channel letters on the parking lot side. The monument sign is not illuminated. It has dimensional letters on it. And the channel letters are illuminated.
One more time on that.
The channel letters on the side of the building are illuminated,
Mhm.
but the monument sign in front is not.
Okay. Would anyone from the community like to comment on this application? All right. Mr. Gaddy?
No comment really, in terms of the fact that you're not meeting setbacks, it's a pre-existing action.
Yeah, there was an existing sign on that concrete base.
And so you're asking, so basically our task is planning board to look at this allowance for going beyond 25 square feet to 29.5 square feet. Right,
Like, what's that?
we're asking for a 4.5 square foot increase over the allowance size. Yeah, I know we've been through this on previous meetings in terms of like, hey, what's the basis on which we're making a decision to grant relief from the standards, right? Dimensional requirements and signs, and without clear criteria, I just signs from just general opinion on the aesthetics of it. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's how it's been done for a long time. Maybe for the future, we change some regulations or clear something up with that.
I understand.
Mr. Morphus?
The lighted sign, is that gonna be turned off and I don't know either, so.
It can be, yeah, it can be put on a timer. Yep, and my customer, you know,
But I think we have that discussion, do we let the board members, maybe the ones that go in what?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Yeah.
I 10 o'clock probably after business hours.
Sure.
Yeah.
See, turtle.
Yeah.
Shud?
I don't have any other questions. It's the colors that you've noted, the blue, white,
Yep, correct.
and the other one is white, illuminated white on the building. Fluorite.
Yeah, so the teeth would be white. Oh, the whole thing would be white.
It's all white, right?
Yeah.
You have
Yep.
this orange color here, but I don't,
That's just showing the actual building letters.
so it's all white.
Yeah, it's all.
Yeah, I have no issue.
I have no problem with the fact that they're building straight. I see guys that put a ton of money into that. It's really gonna be an improvement.
Yeah.
From corner of Murray Street, there's also another street sign.
Oh, is it like a wayfinding sign for the parking lot?
It's a, all right, other than, looks like there's another monument sign on here. Again, that was really old business. will that go away?
I wasn't made aware of that at all. And honestly, is it still there now? Because I know they're doing construction there and,
It might not,
okay,
it was last time.
gotcha. Yeah, so they may have very well just taken it down.
No, I'm having issues with it, it's just like a visibility from our.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
I have no issues with it. I think it looks great.
Right.
Um,
We could work on it, confirm that the second one is going to.
yeah, if there's another one there, then that's, yeah. Yep, thank you. So, Ms. Judd, would you like to,
Sure. I
we
would-
I'm sorry, we just make sure we have that, if there's a second one there. Yep, thank you.
Are we ready for the motion then?
Yep, yes.
No seeker?
Nope.
Correct. I would like to make a motion that the Glens Falls Planning Board, acting as the Board of Sign Review, approve SBR 26-006 S&B Adirondack Properties, owner of 45 Hudson Avenue, tax map number 309.35-3-1, for approval of the installation of one monument sign on an existing base and a channel set illuminated sign mounted to the building, with the conditions that it's approval for one monument sign only, and that any illumination to the channel set would be turned off by 10 p.m. Based upon the presentation of Jamie, who said that?
Oh, it's all up.
Right, there you go.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, guys.
The next item on the agenda, encroachment outside dining permit, Matt Berry, owner of Mean Max, located at 193 Glen Street, tax map number 302.20-30-18, represented by Tori Sweet, seeks consideration and recommendation to the common council regarding a request for outside dining permit.
Evening, Tori Sweet, General Manager, Bean Max Works.
Okay. So this is your plan for your seating.
Yes, sir.
Are these gonna stay? Oh, I like this. Because as being a resident of the city who lives very near you, there's times in the summer getting through there isn't so easy because the chairs get moved all over the place.
Yes, so that is part of the reason for the design. I think it's on the next page. We have a blueprint of
Yep.
next page. Yeah, exactly. Yep. So everything is fixed together. So it's about a 6 foot by 6 foot footprint. So it makes them nearly impossible to move.
Okay. Mr. Landry?
I guess with kind of a roundabout problem or question. You've got this going right through the middle of the tables,
Yes, sir.
and that's, I think that's unique to downtown. Is there an advantage to doing it this way?
Yes, so we've done it a couple different ways in the past. And different governing bodies have had different issues with the ways that we've done it. Namely, the State Liquor Authority used to not allow a divided alcohol serving section. They've since amended that law post-COVID. So what we have now is unobscured walkway, which was pressured by the ADA. And our former dining permits that were approved by the city of Glens Falls were not up to ADA spec. So that's why we've modified it to the current layout.
The only thing I can, question about, I think it looks great. I think sidewalk dining is tremendous for downtown. Can you perceive any problem with cars that are pulling up and car doors opening that could hit the tables or hit the guy that's sitting at your table?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've left a 2 foot barrier in between the edge of the curb where the parking spot starts and the edge of our table. Again, that's exactly 24 inches as laid out on the plan. This plan does leave a over 5 foot walkway through the middle. So if needed, we could bump those closer to the front of the building. to allow for more space in between our benches and the car doors. And it's not noted on your drawing there, but I did go out and measure the space between the curb and the start of the planter highlighted in green is 27 inches. So we're looking at about the same spacing there.
Well, you know, like I say, as long as you feel comfortable that it's not gonna, like I say, it's really the concept, I think is kind of unique. And like I say, that was my biggest concern, was cargo. So I'm all set.
No, I think it's a great idea to not see spread all over. I didn't know if are any of these handicap or they're gonna be parked here by the tables.
Yes, the dark blue spot is handicap parking. The two light blue spots are,
Handicap parking.
no worries.
Okay, but that's enough space to even where they're pulling up and they can get a wheelchair.
Absolutely, yeah. So that little red circle is the light pole that is fixed to the sidewalk there. So we're actually completely on the other side over to the right of that light pole.
And
Should?
You've had an encroachment before, right?
Yes,
Is this a bigger encroachment or less than last year? I can't remember.
it's actually slightly less. It's just the layout that changed.
That's all.
Sagatti?
Questions that just, you know, obviously the city's got enforcement mechanisms, so you want to make sure those deals don't like creep over and you want to clear path there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, it's great.
I think from being there in years past, I think should work out much better for you guys. I think I applaud you for making the changes and realizing what was going on there. You do have a very successful business and that sidewalk was kind of crazy getting through there. So I look at this as a good remedy for that, for the city, for us, for everybody.
Absolutely.
You know, I really do think that you've actually planned this really well. It should be a big improvement.
I know.
So,
Are we all set for motions?
uh,
I would like to make a motion that the Glens Falls Planning Board hereby submits the following advisory opinion to the Glens Falls Common Council. That they look in favor of the encroachment outside.
I did,
permit E26-001. Matt Berry, owner of Max, located at 193 Glen Street, tax map 302.20-3-18. For approval of 5 tables with 28 seats, 3 tables with 8 chairs, and 2 benches to be located under the mean max overhang, and 3 tables with benches to be located on the red brick portion of the sidewalk in the city right of way, subject to all roadway regulations and requirements.
all in favor?
Can I ask one question?
Yes.
Is there a requirement to put those away in like September, or October? If they,
Yes.
to indicate that there's no.
There's a deadline of November that everything has to be away.
That's a city.
Yep.
No.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
The next item on the agenda,
Right, I'm going through the applicant, this goes on the common council agenda.
Correct.
Thank you.
Aren't they out of business? That's no longer in business. Is it?
yeah, it's just the beer isn't there,
Oh,
correct? Yeah, it just changed. Right. Thanks, Mr. Landry. You only live like, right around the corner. Encroachment outside dining permit E26-002, Justin Prescott, owner of Fire Mission Smokehouse and Tap Room LLC, located at 126 Glen Street, tax map number 309.28-4-3, seeks consideration and recommendation to the common council regarding a request for an outside dining permit.
Justin Prescott, owner of.
And you are still in business.
Yes. We separated from the Slim Brewing. I was there doing food before, so that's got me license.
Did you just got your liquor license? Outstanding.
It's been a long road.
But actually it was, we applied April 3rd, I got it today, so it actually moved very quickly.
That is very quickly. All right, do you want to tell us anything about this? Around the corner here. You're gonna go up the side of the building. Along Park Street.
And then two on Glen.
Yep, a couple of tables in the front. We have plenty of room for setbacks. You have 5 feet there. Everything looks good. How many seats total is this?
44, it's like
11 tables, figure 4 seats per.
Okay,
44-inch square tables. And you're gonna put them, do you take them in and out, morning and night?
No, we have, short trains or whatever.
Okay.
I mean, kind of fucking on, doesn't really have an issue with it. So-
see how it goes first.
Think that we would, so if we do, then, you know, we can chain them up or something like that. That's the big problem.
Is there anyone from the public that would like to comment on this application? Okay. Mr. Gaddy?
No, the real question, I mean, same situation, really wide right away there. Just curious in terms of like adding 44 additional seats in the restaurant, is that any other interactions with other permits received, like adding another 44 patrons? I mean, from our
Perspective.
yeah, that was maybe not really our purview, but sort of curious.
I'm not sure I can check with them. I know that we're really under capacity right now. We have 33 seats inside, and we're capacity is 148. So we're still 1 seat within that, so. Perfect.
Good question. Mr. Morphus? You should.
There was a notation on, that was provided to us that plant engineering and planning recommendation was shift tables to the east of Park Street or remove the table immediately east of the fire hydrant.
Yeah, there was something that,
Yeah, I think it's 78 feet along that wall. Yeah, if there's needs to be some kind of clearance with the, I think we can.
Just move down a,
do that a little bit.
well, we don't want to restrict those guys.
No, absolutely not.
Is that it?
That's it.
Mr. Landry?
Only question I have, where this isn't to scale, there's where the building is this the footprint of the building? So is the building this steep and the tables end?
Right, yeah, try to make it so easy.
Yeah.
What's that?
I can't, is there a gap?
They can't reach.
um,
Yeah, they can't come out the sidewalk. Yeah, it's got 5 feet.
End of the building, there used to be an alley, at the end of the building, so the tables don't go all the way to the end of the building, line up with the.
Well, I mean, no, so there's 78 feet, I just don't want tables to go all that way. And it's not an alley, it goes back to.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And these tables at 4 foot, they take up 40 feet, 4 inches. So if you get 70, they got about 38 feet left. And then you've got chairs on each side of it, which you've got 2 feet. And then you've got chairs, back up the chairs. I have no problem with it. I think sidewalk is great. Just, you know, it's gonna work out for you and I. You're gonna get to a point if you've got too many of them, and you can't back up. I'm not small, so I'm very conscious of backing up.
Yeah.
The restaurant. So I would assume that if it was too tight,
Yeah, the shoulders,
yeah, so if it was too tight, you would just take one of these out.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't any issue.
Right.
This way.
Right.
It's a long building.
Yeah.
My goal is to stay in that footprint.
Right.
Part of those outside dining, so it'll look natural, you know, along that street.
Yeah.
And everybody's been asking this, you know, like, this is the time of year people will go somewhere specifically because they have outdoor dining.
Okay.
When something.
Does it anywhere here show from there's the curb, there's tables and chairs, the distance between the back of the chair and the building. So there's gotta be at least a 5 foot.
That's 5 foot.
He's got 7 feet to work with.
Okay, so it's 5 feet off the curb.
This is the 5 foot clear sidewalk for pedestrians and then 700 for wetlands.
All right. No, like I say, to me, I think it's a great idea, you know, just as long as it fits. I have no-
Okay, this is a recommendation we make to the common council. Now, you just heard the last applicant, why they went to what they did for their seating. Because with free chairs and stuff like this, people move around. It's up to your responsibility to keep the sidewalk clear.
I have one more question.
Yep.
I have one more question. Are there going to be umbrellas over these tables?
I would like to, we have 8 foot tables that were given to us, it goes along with the same again, along with, the parking on. But they had umbrellas up there to the tables too, so it'll look. Natural.
As long as they're not, like it said,
5 foot clearance.
right,
No, they're not big, they're taking the same footprint that the seating does.
as long as again, that's that free space that's gotta stay.
No,
You maintain that.
What is the enforcement mechanism though, for the encroachment?
If the common council can come to vote.
I mean, in terms of like respect to people, is it just complaint based or?
Correct.
Yeah. Yep.
And the common-
And then one of the building inspectors will go, and then it's up to the common council, if we get a few complaints, and then they will act on it. So,
No, if you have, canopies or umbrellas, does that impair any vision for folks coming out of Park Street?
it shouldn't here because there's so much space in front of it. You, anything? Okay. I like it. The restaurant scene, it's amazing where we're at in Glens Falls right now and where we're going. And as you said, a lot of people will specifically go out for outside dining. I don't have an issue with it as long, again, like I said, just, you have, and it is a SLA thing for that enclosed area. So as long as it's there, I wish you all the luck in the world. Ms. Murray,
No,
would you,
oh, we're gonna make it.
is there any more comments?
I'd like to make a motion to the Glens Falls Planning Board hereby submits, the following advisory opinion of the common council that they should look with favor on the application, with Justin Pesca, owner of Fire Mission Smokehouse and Taproom LLC, located at 126 Glen Street, tax map number 309.28-4-3, for his encroachment permit for outside dining to have 44 seats. That, as presented at the meeting of May 6th, 2026.
Second?
Can I add
Yes.
that the tables not restrict the fire hydrant? It's
Okay.
recommended by the
Yep.
city engineer.
Is there a specific clearance that you're looking for on it?
I would have-
Oh, hold on. We have the fire department here.
That's a good question.
Code recommends we're
We can do that. Okay.
And that it complies with the pro-ag setbacks.
Okay.
And then I'll second.
All in favor? Good luck.
Aye.
All right. Site plan review 26-018 Barbara Daly, owner of 112 Crandall Street, tax map number 302.19.10-2. Seeks site plan review approval to operate a hosted short-term rental unit in a residential zoning district. Hi, and you are? Okay, welcome. Tell us about your project.
I have
just purchased, about 7 months ago, this brick house on New Crandall Street that was kind of an eyesore and was complained about a lot because of the people that live there. It's a two-family home, tenant in the back and me in the front. And so I would like to do an Airbnb. The second floor, it won't be used that much, but because I also have kids in town, in case we come to visit, so I want to be able to continue to have my visitors come, but on some occasions, I'd like to have this Airbnb upstairs.
So you haven't been doing this there before?
No,
Okay.
no, it's one bedroom, one bathroom, and a sitting area. So I intentionally I have another bedroom up there, but I intentionally left it just one bedroom because I don't want it to be a party house or a lot of people coming. It's a quiet area, and I'll continue to respect that.
Okay.
Our street's quiet. And
Is there anyone from the public that would like to comment on this application? Mr. Gaddy? Mr. Morphus?
How's your parking? Do you have adequate parking for another vehicle?
yes, it's a long driveway. And as you go around the back of the house, there's room for at least 2 cars, but then there is a 2-car garage. I park in the garage and there's the space for the tenant and the space for the guest.
And then you're gonna limit it to, say, 2 guests or 3 guests or the.
2 guests. I mean, there might be 2 adults.
Yeah.
They might have children. I'm not really providing a lot of, you know, goods or extra beds or anything, but if somebody's traveling with a baby or a toddler, I've worded it right now. They should reach out to me and we can try to accommodate.
And then you got adequate fire exit.
Yes. 911 and doors right down. Big windows that go out, you know, to the roofs around.
So, 1%. Chief Schrammel isn't here this evening, so any comments you want to, if this is a new Airbnb, any comments you want to relay? These are,
Mentioned the city. Yeah, so anytime before they get up and running operational, they have to have an inspection by the code department themselves.
Okay.
So those are things that we do check, with the 911 call sheet is there, the exits are properly cleared, is right width. Windows are set, electrical is good, so those are all things that we check in that inspection.
Okay.
So as soon as you sign off, all the safety measures are in place.
okay, thank you. Should,
Is this in your unit? Because it's hosted, so it's.
It is in my unit. Yeah, yes. It's upstairs. Yeah.
That's all.
Yep.
I'm going
Yep.
Is this a unit that basically there's no kitchen
No
involved?
kitchen.
So it's just a place.
Yeah.
All right. The same thing, as long as everything's in compliance, you know, requirements, things like that. No question.
I guess my only thought is, making sure that's clear that they have their code.
they should, does that have all the,
To do that inspection yet.
correct. Yep.
Cedar type 2?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, then I would like to make a motion that the Glens Falls Planning Board, acting as the Board of Site Plan Review, hereby grant the application of Barbara Daly, owner of 112 Crandall Street, tax map number 302.19.10-2, for approval to operate a hosted short-term rental unit in the residential zoning district, subject to final approval by the fire department and the code office.
All in favor?
Thank you.
Next item, site plan review SB 26-0 014 Adirondack Management Services of New York, lessee of 3, 5, and 7 Pines Island Drive, tax map number 309.16-23-9, seeks site plan review approval to establish a new location for existing mechanical contracting business.
Hi, I'm David Sterner with Mechanical Services.
What's your name again? I'm sorry.
David Sterner.
Okay.
We're looking to relocate to 7 Pines Island, and this is 357, but it's just the 7 location.
Okay. Tell us about your project.
Okay, so we're an existing mechanical contractor based out of the Milton Danford area. We are looking to uproot and move to 7 Pines Island. In addition to relocation, we're looking to start up a metal fabrication. So we're gonna operate 50% of the building as the mechanical contractor, and that'll be primarily used for equipment storage, warehouse space, and then the other half of the building will be for metal fabrication. That's our local businesses around here. We work at Finch and Prime. We're a mechanical millwright contractor, so we're looking for a new home.
Are you CNC machines, welding?
Yeah, so for the metal fabrication, it'll be CNC based machinery. So press brake, shear, metal rolls. There'll be a lot of welding, plasma tables, stuff like that.
So not a lot of the old school, like when you went into a machine shop, there was contamination and
No,
old oiled machines and all, none of that stuff.
all the equipment we buy will be brand new.
Okay. All right. Is there anyone from the public that would like to comment on this application? Okay. Mr. Landry?
I think it's great you guys are relocating, you're bringing in up to 50 jobs. The only thing I had was, it shows, parking for 26, and we could have up to 50 people set. Is there room? I mean, it looked like there was a lot of them down there.
Yeah, so the 50 people is going to be, we work out in the field. Our business,
Right.
so, at any given point in time, we don't expect more than 12 to 18 people at our current location. Well, because everybody will be out in the field at different job sites. There is a lot of parking there in addition to that 23, but.
And I guess the only other question I had was, and I'm sure this would involve like maybe the fire department, the codes. Is there gonna be any storage or like any chemicals or hazardous material?
We will have some welder gases, but that's, that'll be small canisters, and there are code requirements for storage that we're aware of, and we, very easy to comply.
That's all I think it's great.
I agree. That's awesome. It's great. We're glad that we wanted to install.
I'm glad to-
More year long.
Yeah, so our building is currently 7,500 square feet, and this building is about 33,000. So it gives us a lot of room for growth and expansion.
No, that is good. What are your hours of operation?
We'll be around 6:30 in the morning to 4:30 in the afternoon. There'll be some after hours work occasionally, but that's the primary business.
Is there noise generated by what you?
There's some noise, but it's all contained within the building. There's not going to be any external work, so it'll be hard to even hear it from the sidewalk.
The only thing you'd have outside is probably like metal deliveries or something like that, like backup alarms or something.
Yep, exactly.
That's what I'm,
That's all.
Mr. Gaddy?
Yeah, those things totally work. So, in terms of the, it doesn't seem like you already have the, feel like I read, I can't see it right now, the, traffic impacts. Not like Uber hydraulic trucks,
No, because we're a business to business industry, so the only traffic would be people that are working directly at our facility along with deliveries and shipping, which is pretty
Okay. I think it's a great, oop, go ahead.
We don't have any plans to right now.
So we refer to the Warren County Department of Community proximity to the municipal border.
What's that?
This was referred to the Warren County Planning Department due to its proximity to the municipal border and due to now.
Mr. Ward?
So someone was already brought up, he's gonna need inspection once we get going, the list of chemicals, where they're physically stored in there, just ensuring that they are stored properly. And then just a notification of the monitor, I'm assuming you have a monitoring system there.
Yeah, it was already active monitoring.
Okay, you're just taking it over, okay, so as soon as we get that information on file and pass this inspection, we should be good.
So you guys will work for the building department if this is approved and,
Yeah, if it's approved and they start to move all their stuff in, we'll get the chemicals on file to the fire department. And the rest will be covered under fire inspection to ensure that everything is compliant.
right.
I'm wondering if they have any industrial wastewater and whether or not we're sort of able to review this.
We do not have any industrial wastewater. It's discharged from our facility.
That's why I was asking before about all the oil and lubricating machines and all, but that's a bygone era, so more or less. So I think it's a great thing for the city to have the jobs here, and I believe that building was vacant for a little while, so it'll be active again and have more people that in our and working in our city. Ms. Judd?
Seeker, are you gonna do seeker?
Well, I just wanted to know if there are no exterior of the building or landscaping or parking lot improvements. Nothing. So my position is it's a type 2 rehabilitation of an existing building.
Then I would like to make a motion that the Glens Falls Planning Board, acting as the Board of Site Plan Review, hereby grant approval for the project identified as SP 26-14 Adirondack Management Services of New York Incorporated, lessee of 357 Pines Island Drive, tax map number 309.16-23-9, to establish a new location for an existing mechanical contracting business as presented at the meeting today, noting that there was no county impact, there's no industrial wastewater, and it will be subject to the fire department inspection for specifically the list of chemicals that will be stored on site. The applicant has made a representation that the hours will generally be 6 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. with some overtime. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Site plan review, SP 26-015, architectural review, 26-002. Applicant has requested a continuance pending ZBA action. Kelly Feldman, Adam Feldman, owners of 146 Maple Street, tax map number 303.17-11-27, seek site plan review and architecture review approval for conversion of a 2-unit structure to a 4-unit structure with the addition of a rear deck and staircase to provide access to the upper floors. That's a tape. Anyone here representing that? Table? Yep, okay. What's that?
We did notice it, so it can be some.
I didn't get it in my packet when I took it.
Took it out of the.
Oh,
Okay.
take public comment.
Does anyone like to comment from the public, like to comment on this application? No. Make a motion, we table this application?
They have to return to CBA, they were at CBA for variances and it was noted that they were petitioning.
Okay.
So did you make a motion to table?
Table.
I second.
All in favor? Okay. Architectural review 26-003, applicant has requested continuance. Romeo Toyota, Glens Falls, lessee, 163 Broad Street, tax map number 309.7 -12-20, represented by SRA Engineers, seeks architecture review approval of the expansion of existing commercial use. Anyone here like to comment on this application? No. Yep, I'll make a motion, we table this application. Yeah, it was not, it's, no, no. Yeah. All right. Make a motion to table,
Second.
all in favor? Yeah. All right. Site plan review 26-016, architectural review 26-004, Carroll's LLC, lessee of 1 Warren Street, tax map number 310.5-2-6, seeks site plan review and architectural review approval for a proposed renovation to the interior and exterior of the site, including restriping the existing parking lot, site improvements, and landscaping.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Shane Concoy. I am with Namic Engineering Consultants, PC, on behalf of the applicant for the site plan review portion. With me is Chris Hibbert from Skyway Technologies, who will be here to represent the architectural review portion of this application. So as mentioned, we have the existing Burger King restaurant located at 1 Warren Street. Currently, it has a single lane drive-through and other associated site improvements, including parking, landscaping, single lane drive-through. Access to the site via 2 full movement driveways, one off of Glens Street and one driveway through the adjacent office use, ultimately connected to Warren Street. As part of the proposed application, we are looking to upgrade the equipment within the single lane drive-through to bring it up to current branding standards, restripe the existing parking lot, as well as propose landscaping improvements throughout the site. To soften the hard lines and the overall improve the aesthetics, along with the building remodel that Chris will be discussing.
Will it remain single and drive-through?
That's correct, yes. So currently, the parking is compliant with the city's ordinance. Under existing conditions, there are 52 parking spaces, and as a result of the proposed improvements, there will be 50 parking spaces, again, compliant with the city's requirements. Some of the additional improvements around the site are related to general site maintenance, as well as bringing the site up to compliance with the ADA code, including the grading of existing accessible parking stalls and accessible routes of storage spot.
Nina? What's the plan for the existing park area here with all these benches, the concrete and all that? Are we gonna,
So there's the concrete patio that, if you're looking at the storefront from Glen Street, it's down the center. That is to be removed as part of the proposal. So it's outdoor seating area, associated concrete.
what's that now?
They're being removed.
Okay, so that whole sitting area there, what, you're gonna take that out?
That is correct.
That is spot like the point.
Yes.
Yes, so today, as we're looking at the storefront, there's a short stair down.
Yeah.
Seating area, I believe there's.
Where's that on here? Is that this right here?
Yes, so that's the landscape. Sorry, that's the landscaping plan. If you look at. So there should also be the site plan prepared by Namic Engineering as well. I have exhibits with me.
So when you were with those people with paved area.
It'll be a grass.
That'll be empty out.
You get, please use the microphone so we can,
So it's like this square.
So the top left of the 80.
Yep. it was underutilized, hadn't been maintained for years.
Correct, and there was not an accessible room in that scene.
And then you plan to invest those three, corners, you have this gradually goes through there.
Correct.
You're not taking the use.
The existing trees were to remain.
So, and you said that's gonna be grass now?
Yes, that's correct.
Mr. Landry?
Well, the one question I had, you answered, the way it is, nothing was gonna happen with that bunker. If that's what my kids always called it, the bunker. If that's coming out, that's great.
Yeah, it's called out on the site plans as well. It's noted.
Are there gonna be any changes to either the exterior lighting or the sign?
The existing area lights within the parking, throughout the parking area.
And the sign will be the same?
There will be new signage submitted under a separate application, but freestanding sign along the Glen Street front will not change the square footage of the face.
All right.
Do you mind passing on?
Yeah.
We're gonna have a separate presentation of the architectural.
Right.
Yep.
Did you say there were exhibits, or did I make that?
No, I do have some if we need some additional.
Yeah.
Right here, or they-
Yes, it's just a colorized version of the one exhibit is a colorized version of the site plan I was submitting with the site plan prepared by them.
Bishop?
I have no further questions on site plan.
What about lighting in this area where all the grass and everything is? I mean,
I don't, where are you pointing to? I don't know where you.
where all the concrete areas behind where the torch was for the city on that corner, it's, yeah, yes. That's gonna be a big thing for the city here with everything that's going on downtown now. You know, taking that out, which I'm not opposed to or anything like that. It's your property. But I want to make sure that, you know, we're making an improvement here and it's just going to be grass now and have it lit at night somewhat so that people aren't camping out in there.
I just want to make sure we're talking about the same. area.
Yeah, right in front of your store.
You can show them on this.
Yeah, right here. This area right here.
Board them so we can all.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I think there's two separate spots. There's four little tables that are right next to the building, sort of adjacent to the parking lot. And then there's sort of that funny sort of like quasi.
Yeah. Yeah, concrete area. Yeah.
No man's land.
Yeah,
It like feels like a public space, but it's.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking, taking all that concrete out and putting grass in there.
But I think that concrete stayed. Right? Yeah.
Oh, the patio?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, it is a fun spot because it doesn't feel like a public park space.
That concrete area?
Yeah, I think they're just talking about, so it'd be nice if they got rid of all of it though,
Yeah.
because it's a plant.
Okay, so here we are.
The port is up here, in the public green. It's interesting, that's not where, right? there.
So the concrete area that is being removed as part of the proposed improvements is this area here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were getting excited.
Okay,
So the other concrete area closer to the intersection of Glen Street and Warren Street, that's from.
Okay.
Next here is over.
Yes.
That one,
Okay.
that was the one to remain.
that's gonna remain.
But there's no seats there.
No seating.
That's what we refer to as the bunker.
Why are you keeping that?
Yeah.
Could I ask you the sidewalk?
No,
No, it's just like.
it doesn't round.
Yeah,
Okay, that's something we can.
I think what they're getting at is there's a lot of problems.
yeah, there's a lot of problems.
I think that's what they need
in
to
there.
say.
So, yeah, doing something with that would,
We'll work with city professionals to, come to a common solution.
yeah, work with the city and that would be a big thing, like you guys investing in the store. We have a lot going on positive in our downtown area. That would be a huge thing.
My guess is it was there because it connected to the other patio that's now being taken out.
Right.
Right.
So if you're not connecting to that patio, maybe you'd like to make it all grass.
Yeah, that's something we can work with the city and our.
I think that would be a great thing. We're all working together for a common goal here.
Yeah.
If you're gonna renovate that space,
Totally understand. I just wanted to make sure we were all talking.
all on the
Yes.
same page, yes. Yeah. Okay. All right. So is there anyone from the public that would like to comment on this application? Okay. All right, let's get that out of the way. Mr. Morphus?
We're going to cover the architectural review second.
Yep.
Will that architectural, you talk about landscape law? So the only question regarding the landscape is, will there be any dark areas?
That's what we're talking about, making sure that it's lit and,
Yes.
Yeah, so the existing site lighting is remaining, and then we have the existing trees within the parking lot that are to remain, and then additionally, we are including several shrubs, evergreen shrubs, and various grasses. Which are included on this colorized rendering as well as outlined on the landscaping plans.
that part looks great. It really does. I'm just, from where we are, I'm more concerned with that front, and I think the rest of the board. Mr. Gaddy?
Yeah, I'm similar thing, just a wacky parcel in terms of that quasi public space, and then the adjoining property is owned by someone else that seems to be part of it from a user perspective, so, I mean, any improvements to that quasi public space would be great. Also just curious about, like, if you guys maintain that, almost, because it's connected to the sidewalk network, like, is that recessed area, like shoveled for snow clearing in winter?
I don't think they do anything there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. No, speak up.
That's it. I mean, I'm just very curious too, I'm, I think about like, community safety by design, having those recessed spaces there. Is it ever, I guess not like from a public safety perspective, I don't know if that's ever been an issue for, you know, police or any sort of activity, like hidden or obscured from public view.
Oh, it's been an issue.
Yeah, so I mean, if there's any way, consider addressing that, essentially the part of our down. So, something worth considering. Because having those hidden away spots right there can be, from a public safety perspective, problematic.
Yeah, and that's again referring to the bunker.
Yeah.
I hate that it's, I really don't want to refer to that because it's just, to me, it's a bad name. It doesn't have a great connotation for the center of our city to be referred to as a bunker. What's that? The recessed area, let's refer to it as that. But yeah, I mean, I think we want to solve problems for the city, and you guys want to solve problems for yourself as far as having people there. So we need to address that, in some form.
Yeah, and we could work with the applicant, and the city to find an amenable solution.
Okay. Sounds great. Any more comments on this?
My thing is going back to the recessed area there. I think that you guys, you got a great plan, you're going to clean up the Burger King, parking lots, things look great. But it would be my personal opinion, I think it's gonna be a lot of people that if you don't do anything with that to kind of improvement, it's gonna be one of those deals that they can't that close from doing a good job. Yeah, and I don't think you're talking about a lot of money or anything, but it would just, it would improve the entire process. Because most people do know that that's part of the.
It could be something really special.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for.
We can make that part of our. approval,
Right.
that
Yeah, I don't think it would get approved.
Recess pad,
Right.
the concrete pad in replace with green space.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there would be an approval without something being done there.
Concrete itself, having it elevated up, certainly.
Yeah.
I want to see plans.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's hear the, go ahead.
If that's something that, we would like to gain, that's something that, we can look to remove that concrete open area, provide additional landscaping and beautify it, that's something we can be inclined to do.
Yes.
This site is in the project area for the city's photo project called East End Rising. Actually, this little parcel was identified as the underutilized sites that we may look at. Our consultant will be reaching out to your contact about that. So this is an opportunity
For them, for the city to work with you on this.
That would be perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I guess the recommendation wouldn't necessarily just be simply remove.
No. We'd
Work. Yeah, it's fun.
So I think Allison, you could correlate that and we could come up with, you guys can work together. Maybe there's government funding where we could really make this something special for everybody. Okay?
I just want to see that before.
Yes, yeah. I,
Up to paper.
there appear to be changing like what you would say.
Like you say, the same.
yeah. So I think we would like to see something like that before we make a recommendation.
Work with Allison.
Yeah, work with Allison and, yeah,
That timing is a little different. I don't think that the East End Rising project is at the very beginning, so it's not going to be.
It'd take a while.
There wouldn't be any sort of design on our end for a significant period of time. It's a desire. Our consultant will be reaching out to them this week, but as far as
bless you.
I'd say that be a significant hold up just.
Is there a way for us, for them to understand what maybe some of the criteria and suggestions were from that organization, because their design is as well, so that they can come back. They haven't met yet, that's the.
Mhm. Right.
So what we express preferences for kind of what we want to see as improvements there, so.
Mm.
It's just wrong, it is, yeah, no.
Let's go on to the architectural review part, and then we can see that, and maybe we can go back to this and, okay?
Proceed with the slab joint. Interior next to remodel faces in the very beginning. And what's Glens Avenue set, light out your current code. Based on the report's previous set. So it should be a one logo in the front elevation and a word mark sign in the entry.
What's that?
One logo sign in the front entrance. Actually, no one made it.
Which plan, or can you identify what number plan you're on? Exterior, A2. That one. Exterior elevation, is that the one? Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta use, there's people listening home, I'm sorry.
Sorry, 19-inch, canvas, white. And sign is in shape. Like this in shape will be considered sign, I guess, so. They will, require zoning limits. Sign will be also permitted by a separate vendor. And
No neon, no,
there's a.
nope.
No? Okay. Well, then.
Is the bird in the sunlight,
Yes. Turn on.
is the crown
Yes, yes.
and the channel?
Yes, yes. On Friday and Saturday, sorry, Friday, Saturdays. 1 a.m. we have
After the store closes,
based on the 24-hour, 2 days with the track lesson.
Not the nights where it closes at 1 in the morning,
Definitely have time.
so that they're not.
It's a lot less there now on the new drawing.
Oh, yeah.
With,
I'm just.
Yeah.
Asking if when they close on Tuesday.
yeah,
Usually minimal lighting, so if people are on site, some lighting for.
Yes. I think they turn them off and then. I'm pretty sure you're wrong.
okay. You're, go ahead, you,
So the colors are colors that are shown here. Keeping in mind that sometimes printers do strange things, but it's going to be closed.
I do have some hard samples, mostly.
Do you have them with you?
Yeah. Have the poplar and the regulations. Yeah.
Oh, that's this one.
That's for the, that's.
Thanks.
Thanks.
I don't know if they're all the same.
I think they are.
Yep.
They're the same.
All these are the same.
Yeah.
What's the brick colored one is? Okay. Oh.
Yeah, look at the existing one.
You don't think it's the same? No.
Like it?
Yeah.
No, you like this?
Right. So
I didn't like the no LEDs, like no LEDs.
No, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
it's gone.
so glad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real brick here wouldn't be, but I think it's okay.
it's no longer stays the crown of blue stone. And
It's a pretty modern building in the middle of Old City. Yeah,
Can't they?
no, we're gonna,
Okay.
first thought process here, it's a really modern building in our old city. It's all flat, it's just a box. You know, it's more of a sprawl building, you know, like somewhere in a new developing area. You're right at the center of our city. It's a nice looking building, and you guys do these all over the country, but it's just, you're in the middle of our 150-year-old city. You know, that's just, you know, I want comments from the rest of the board, but Mr. Gaddy?
Well, it certainly improved over the existing one.
Yep.
It's in a GC1 district, so, you know, it certainly, no. You know, yeah, I mean, we're down, it's Yeah, no, I'll leave the GC1 district, so that's an improvement of what's there.
But we have a chance here. Stewart's, we worked with them and we got a great product with them,
Yeah.
you know, so. we-
That was tear down and rebuild.
Right, but there's still opportunity. That facade is, you know, Mr. Morphus, or is that Mr. Guy?
Yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, really the primary thing for me is like, you know, I'm looking at the existing conditions right now compared to this, certainly.
Oh, no, it's a big difference.
Yeah, and just, it's really just that quasi public space that I think would, addressing that would really go a long way, but yeah.
Okay.
Is also very tall. So it is, it's square, they're not changing their exterior massing at all. I know what you're saying, because
But that's a brick building.
it is a brick building, but it's not like.
We have one shot at this.
Colors. Are you imagining, for example, that.
No, but
And I'm not trying to be funny, I'm just sort of asking, like, I understand what you're saying, I'm just wondering.
More around it, less gray.
well, no, I just, you know, there's, the architects have a way of doing these things and, you know, that's what they get paid to do.
Is this part of a required franchise upgrade?
Yes, it's across the nation, they don't say.
All right.
They're,
Be restricted to these colors.
For now, this is what the client is using these colors.
Right. I mean, you show a sample in there where the home of the locker used to be glass. Yeah, it's so kind of in their spreads, like this.
You actually put it some brick wall, so it has some brick finish.
Right.
So it's like, wouldn't marry well with the building next to it.
oh, 100%. Oh, yeah, I'm not doing conditions. Yes.
To your point though, you know, because they have these panels that are gray, the color can be a color that is more than keeping that correct
Mhm.
tone.
No, I saw that bringing,
Right now, yeah,
Yes.
so.
I didn't have the home wall.
And that's been in this. This, and then the color.
And that's.
Because this was, you got almost like very little brick line floor. You know, and that being incorporated. If it was more, this would look more like a brick building.
no, I don't, it doesn't necessarily look like a brick building. I'm not that, but just, you know, it's just a brand new building, you know, in the heart of, and I guess it's just me, but when you stand there and you look around there, you know.
But besides it,
We got rid
I mean, you go to other states and they make a McDonald's look like a house. You know, our next door neighbor right here in Vermont, you're not building that. You know,
ground up, so they.
now it doesn't, they can add, you're an architect.
No, I understand. I'm just trying to think about what you can put onto the sides.
Just, but this is an introduction here, you know?
The color of the exteriors and panels would be something that doesn't quite have the gray industrial look.
Right.
And again, we have very flat facades in the store, so we're not going to match the historic buildings we talked about. But we can blend colors as a suggestion. I have massive because we have Burger King. And it's, from my point of view, I don't know if we want to, I don't know if we want to suggest going down the road, changing the shade and stuff, to try to match something or change something. But I think we can talk about colors, which I agree with you are, there's sort of an industrial, which is grays, brown is warm.
I would say half of I mean, the proposed design is changing the facade right now.
Right, it's
Moving-
not changing the massing.
Yeah.
We can't change what the massing is of that building
changing the building. Necessary. Shape of it is going to match the other downtown buildings.
No, it's not gonna match every other downtown building, but we've asked other people that have come here before us before and introduced the project to look at the architecture around them and see what they could do to their project to make it blend in a little better. Yeah, just, I mean, I'm just, right, we're getting introduced to this right now, and this is a constructive part of this is what we do. So,
So nesting, the carpet wall as it is right now has a little mechanical.
Some kind of cornice across the top, but you got a metal roof that comes down.
You know, a good example is like 12 Elm Street that the back did.
Oh, the last part building?
Yeah. There's essentially the same structure that, even that saw the before picture and the after picture. I'm looking at the before picture right now, which is fairly unrecognizable.
Yes, the corners to the top.
Yeah, I don't know, the burden on that. What that is exactly, but I don't know.
Okay.
But that, there's certain things that could be done potentially down district.
We're trying to say match right next to the thing, but like with Stuart, we said, please look around and see what's around you and try to be.
yeah, they incorporated the corbels and other aspects of that and a little bit different roof line to their normal project. And it wasn't a monster burden. And when you look at that, you look at, the museum next door to that, it brought some of those little architectural aspects into it. And I know this is a Burger King, but it's just the location that it's in. And it's a big improvement over what's there, you know? Um, like I said, if it was, up in Queensbury somewhere, or whatever, it's just right in the heart of our city. So, Mr. Morfiship?
So I believe this is quite an improvement.
Yeah.
But also maybe it's a little premature. We're starting this East End project. We're in the middle of revitalization. Would it be a burden to Burger King if they waited 6 months or so until the city's planning group came up with suggestions and worked with you? Could it, you're probably 15 or 20 years old now. If you postpone the project for 6 months until there was some discussion, would that be a big impediment? That's my suggestion, is if it maybe to wait and have these discussions.
This should not be that way into the view of a timetable you're working. As far as designers, we have tons of that we have. I get friends about it. Every 10 years, they have to, he said, literally spend millions of dollars or they lose the franchise. Those are the ones I can figure out. This is it. Fine.
Yeah.
That's what frankly is with the client, but as far as.
But Burger King has a national program going right now where they're going through everything, rebranding and redoing their stores and the whole thing. Ms. Judd, yeah.
I have no questions. No, I agree. I think that it would be very nice to see you guys take a look at the neighborhood area and come back with some ideas maybe. I don't know if meeting is feasible, but I think that there's enough ideas and there's enough beautiful pictures in the city to take a look at and maybe incorporate some ideas into something.
Just a little something. And then the other thing is maybe, and again, I understand the timeline you guys are on. And that, this isn't the only one going. There's tons of them and all kinds of projects. But reaching out, and I don't know the timeline for this money for that sitting area. But if we could correlate something there, to work with that, which is two different entities, we could get the store done and have that, and then work on the grounds in that front part, down the road a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys want to get the store done, get it modernized and get that looking good. But this other part is such a big thing for the city and for you guys, because you own it, that maybe the city and the state or whoever it is can come up with something to help with that portion of the project. Okay? Yeah.
Like you don't represent the owner. I guess what we're trying to instill, that that's a pretty important piece of property. And I'm old enough and it's always been kind of a controversial piece of property and why it's there and how it got there and all this. And like I say, I guess I moved back the Olympic torch in 1980.
Mhm.
The something order that little park there, so, I mean, it's right in the middle. And it would be a good, again, public relations things for the owner. To really work to-
Yeah, to improve that whole front of that thing. And I don't, like I said, I don't want to hold up. We have some ideas now to go forward with, just to see if you can come up with something better there.
As far as showing here, how far radius do you recommend? That's what- Yes.
Oh, just stand there. Just stand there and look around. That's it. Just,
Yeah, right.
okay? And,
Spinning around.
yeah,
Yeah, I think it's important about, like, think about the last 10 years of investment in the city, that the downtown revitalization initiative, like, it was $10 million of state investment, and now, 40, $50 million.
60
Private investment, which just.
with private investment, yeah.
Downtown stalls, and it's like, the city's come so far.
And this is the heart, like this is,
It's like the last thing.
and this is great that you guys are here right now. Serious, because that is right at the heart of the city. And I really think that Allison, with what she's doing in her role and Ethan being with the county, we can put something together where we could really do something there. I don't think we want to jump right, we'll do the store, work with you on that 100%. I'm saying this for our board, that, but for that front part, I think we really need to get some good planning on that. Okay?
So appreciate it.
I think one thing too, when you look around, you want to look around with your back to the Burger King. When you think about it, the backdrop to Burger King is other block builders.
Yeah.
They're very structured. We're just trying to, and again, if there's some kind of cornice that could be put along the town, maybe had any old something. Look at Stewart's and then look at what.
Another Stewart somewhere else looks like, and what, they just added a couple of little things, but it brought in architectural features from the neighborhood. Okay?
So are you looking for a motion to take
Gable.
the applicant to come back with new drawings relative to architectural review and the planting up front? You're not gonna act on anything then?
Yeah. Yeah. But can you communicate with them on whatever you can do? And they'll be in contact.
You added, like, this is no building, they just added some little, I don't know what these are called. Or cornerstones, or something at the roof line.
Well, it's the roof line.
Right.
Am I wrong? Yes, there is, we're just talking with the attorney for the planning board. And we don't want to hold, like I said, and I believe speaking for all of us here on the board, that we don't want to hold this project up. But we could do a modified site plan approval where we do the store and the rest of the parking lot and the whole thing and have that aspect of it done. And then work on that front part, and that, where that concrete area is, okay? Yeah, all right, so it's almost like two separate things where. Did you guys do that? Are we wrong here? Am I wrong in saying that we could do this?
I think they need to bring a modified site plan to us now, that it leaves room for in the future for the East End Rising people to work with them on a longer time. frame.
Right.
But what they propose right now sounds like the board is not feeling that that's sufficient to approve the site plan.
No, it's not, yeah.
With that recessed area and then also the changes to the architectural that they would like to see. So I would say, yes, come back with revised plans for all of the things.
So I can draw the inside.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got a project right here that is applicable. I mean, there is just instead of a straight This is more of an architectural field because it's got a corner shelter in the top. That building is like in three different sections, so maybe even, you know, the two ends being higher and the bottom being lower.
But what's happening, what I'm trying to say, to you, that building right there that's going up right now, used to be an old derelict Rite Aid.
Yeah. So
And it's a block from you guys.
It's not completed yet, because
Huh?
right now, it's not.
Yeah, that's happening right now. And that's what's happening in this city all around us. So we're just trying to, I just think we could do something really good there, and I don't want to jump into it.
Understand you as far as variation in height and.
Yeah.
More interest.
Look at every building that, everything has something on top.
Yeah.
You know, if it's cornice, it's filling, and whether it's different heights, whether it comes out a little bit.
You're an architect. You'll make us, you'll do us right.
You gotta make it.
Okay. All right. So would you, and that we're gonna come back with, you know, revised drawings for the site plan and the building.
I'd like to make a motion, that the planning board table the site plan and architectural review of the candidates, Carol's LLC. Lessee of 1 Warren Street, tax map number 310.5-2-6. And return to the planning board with revised plans, site plan and architectural based upon what was discussed at the meeting of May 6th, 2026.
I second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Roof line, what we talking about?
Yeah.
Roof line,
No, listen, Stewart's, their architects did a great job. Like, they worked with us, and you guys will come up with something. We don't want to put a huge burden in, you know what you can work with and what you can do, and it looks like a big crown or something, then it. Well, I like the colors weren't bad. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
adjusting the roof line.
I think that's the problem, is the, not the problem, that's,
It's just a box.
yeah.
And then.
You can hide a box though. The neons are gone. Yeah. You good? Thank you, guys. I think this, we're gonna do something really good. All right, architecture review 26-001, Trustco Bank, owner of 37 Bay Street, tax map number 302.20-24-146, architectural review, approved revised lighting plan, originally reviewed by the board in January 2026. Good evening.
Good evening, everybody. For the record, John Lapper, with Jordan Conway, attorney from my office, Michelle Simmons from Trustco, and John Ramsey from the company that provides the lighting. So to begin with, as everybody knows, Trustco was leasing in the old Post-Star building, 100 Glen Street, for a long time across from the Burger King. The opportunity came to be able to purchase the building, make more of a commitment to the city at 37 Day. We did a pretty substantial renovation to modernize that building. But at the same time, the building itself is kind of plain architecturally. So I was here in January and we proposed to put the lighting at the top of the roof line to make it a little more visually interesting. The board wasn't excited about that in terms of compatibility. And we talked about Lee Hopkins building next door and the architectural uplighting on that building. And comments from the board was that was acceptable, whereas what we were proposing, you felt wasn't compatible. So, taking into account those comments, we revised the proposal, and I think that what we've proposed is fairly subtle and matches what's next door. So it's just on the edge of the building that's blue by the front.
Love that.
None of it, it's not on the back side of that, so it doesn't face the residential area. That's north of this on Bay Street. And then on the south side of the building, this is Peter's building, the same thing, just architectural lights washing the side just to make it again more interesting, to match the Trusco colors. There are already downlights on this part of the building that were approved, that you can see from this picture that shows the Rogers building next door.
Yep.
So, this is certainly an attempt to listen to the direction of the board and come up with something that is a visual enhancement, but fairly subtle.
Let me, would anybody from the public like to comment on this application? Okay, that's so I always forget to do that. Okay, and we were here for a while with the last one, so I mean, Mr. Gadden?
Um, my, concept into this is maybe trying to look at some of the old meetings, notes on it. It was, it's interesting prospects. I mean, I think it's challenging to compare, I guess it's not apples to apples, but like the architectural uplighting on the Trustco building versus,
Right.
yeah, Rogers building. I mean, I drove around and looked at like, the product joint we just discussed tonight. They have some lighting on that one. I think it's just hard to compare because the, architectural
Features?
building is significantly different than
Yeah.
the plus stuff, right? It's sort of lining up different things. This is a little bit of a different beast altogether. That was my primary impression of it. But
Yeah.
Obviously, I think the previous conversation was the impact on the surrounding property. If you could address that, that's an improvement.
Mr. Morphus?
I think it's quite an improvement over what we've seen. I think you're handcuffed because of the architecture of the building. Like, I mean, there's limits to what you can do. And within those limits, I think you've come to an incredible solution.
Thanks, Dave.
I have no objection to the new lighting. I like the light.
Okay.
But I didn't object to
I,
just.
my thing is like the front on that column, architecturally lighting that up, I think it looks great. I think that is like an architectural feature. It's the same thing with the Rogers building. It does that. The other lights on the side, like if there was the FIPON columns there or something, so that it's actually lighting up an architectural feature, or if there was a FIPON column on the corner of the building or something that it lit up instead of just washing the building. It looks like lights thrown on, because they don't.
So my response to that already is that if you look at what's there now,
Oh, yeah.
it's an improvement.
Oh, 100%. It is a big improvement.
Those were already approved.
Oh, yeah, yes, definitely. But that's just my thing is the front part of it looks so good because it's lighting up an architectural feature. Ms. Murray?
I agree. I think it's really nice. And excuse me. I did improvement with the international around the top. Yeah. I love that, but I think I understand where they're going from the colors and because the
Mr. Landry?
I agree with that too. Like you said, I didn't like the first proposal, it didn't fit, but I think this is a nice compromise. I agree the fact that you're not so much highlighting an architectural feature, but by the same token where you're a bank, you're a commercial building, you're trying to draw attention to the building. I think this is a nice compromise between, blazing sunsets, and this is a lot. And it does kind of tie in the fact you aren't highlighting anything, but it's kind of a subtle reason to look over and see what those lights are about. So again, as long as they're wall wash lights, they're very definitive, narrow beam, it doesn't look like they have any spillage to it. So, and this is to a parking lot. So like I say, that's fine. I mean, I get accepted, but I agree the fact that you're accenting nothing, but you're drawing attention to commercial.
Nina, our city architect,
Yeah.
that's what? Does it look great?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I think that looks outstanding.
I think, so I'm guessing that the reason why one problem on the side is that's your driveway. So like that's sort of signaling people, hey, this is where you're coming to the press for. And my issue was that the way they lay out kind of don't make sense. What if you like, just, this one goes over, what if you just did 3 columns of light on that blank wall, kind of like this? And here it's still a beacon.
In some ways, because these are separated, it looks similar to the building next door, the Riders Building.
But that's not the same kind of building. So you got your building and it's behaved differently. At least it kind of seems
So that it's not over the window?
I was thinking just 3 columns of lighting on the first section, which is what people see as they drive down and they pull in. So that's part of it.
We'll get the lighting expert coming up.
So it's not on the window, so it's in between.
Yeah.
That's what I was wondering.
I'm John Lindsay, graphic and back signs. So what will happen if you try to incorporate those all on that one narrow wall? Is that?
Yeah, they just wash together.
Yeah, everybody's got different vision, some of us wear glasses, some don't, depending on the distance that you're viewing from. It's going to look more dominant, more large scale. I think, lose the intent of being individual. You would have one large, blue area, it's just, wow.
Well, the way that wall's laid out, you can't have them evenly spaced. Even if you went to the back corner, you'd still have a spot where you couldn't do it. Like,
So currently, there is light fixtures on that wall. They are
right,
light.
yep.
Okay, we're trying to light up the area that goes back to a 24-hour drive of 18.
Okay.
And because of that, and there's no signage on that side, because we've maximized the signage for the footage, we're trying to call attention to it and do it in a tasteful way to draw attention. I mean, when you have 24-hour ATM availability, you want people to use it. And
So these would be on 24.
so those would not be on 24/7. Those would be on a timer where they would go on at night. We have daylight savings, so they'd be adjusted quite clear. And they would go on at night and they look better when they're just past dusk. If you put them on too early,
Oh, no, I can, yeah.
you're not seeing it. And then, quite honestly, any transactions after midnight, it just drops when you look at the ATM transactions and then you don't pick up until 6 o'clock.
So if you space the people in the column like between the windows and then.
That is not, that would not be a problem. Yeah. So
Equally and put the walls that are over the window.
I personally, I think that it will look more consistent amongst the 3. Because if you look at the neighboring, building.
Well, the thing, they're not gonna be in there, inside there when that's on.
Right.
It just looks weird being over the window.
Spaced unequally, I think they should just be spaced that is rhythm.
You're the architect.
We can do that. Make them keep their space.
Okay.
The 3 corners of the building, like you highlighted this corner, you would highlight this corner and highlight the back. I mean.
Well, it is because that, yeah, it is, that's,
A white wall.
right.
What the city's trying to do is have these vertical and cornice.
It accents it. I understand.
Having these columns, we're creating the illusion of a building having columns.
Yeah.
So we're trying to incorporate that with the feedback that we got from the last.
I think it's a great compromise.
Make them
Equal.
You guys anybody have any issues? And so what you're gonna, what they would go off at,
So we're okay with them going off at midnight, because when we look at the ATM transactions, hardly anybody is using the ATM between midnight and 6 a.m. So to have it go off during that time frame, we're serving no purpose of paying for electricity to bring in no business.
Right, and draw.
What about the one on the front? Leave it, I mean, I could see that going, the bars don't close until whenever, just advertising wise, I mean,
We would love to keep that one on.
they're not gonna really light up the neighborhood or anything like that.
Across the street, the parking garage.
Yeah, well, the building on the corner, I forget what it's called. I hate doing these things with stipulations on them. I really like how that looks. Up to,
Where to do the.
does it go around the other side or is it just the front?
He does it because it's resident.
Okay, then
And there's a sign on that corner.
right, I don't really have an issue with that one. Does anyone have an issue with that staying on? Go ahead.
Residents on the other side.
Yes, yes.
And these are upward facing unshielded lights, so we want to make sure that angle towards the building slightly, so they're not.
Yeah. Yep. Well, those people that live there have the lights on the front of their building.
Oh, and you're gonna see what you put in. You're not gonna be able to see the edge of the LED because it will like what's called a hotspot. And so what we do is we seal that so that the lighting.
Residents.
No.
Residents.
In the middle of the wall.
Yeah, but these are the residents and they're lighting up everybody else. It's their building, but and there's hardly any windows on that side. There's like no windows on that side, if I remember. Yeah. Huh?
Streetlights right there are giving off more light for the neighbors than.
All right.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah. I think the one's like half out right now.
Ready? Yes.
Yeah.
I would like to make a motion that the Glens Falls Planning Board, acting as the Board of Architectural Review, hereby grant architectural review 26-001 Coastal Bank, 137 Bay Street, tax map 302.20-2414 for the revised lighting LED linear wall wash accent lighting for uplighting fixtures to be located on the front and the side of the building. The front of the building can stay on 24 hours. The 3 lights on the side will be turned on at midnight. The 3 lights on the side should be positioned on that side of the building, and that all of the accent lighting should be shielded or angled toward the building. Did I get it all? Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you. We're going now. I got one more thing, right? Is this table? Oh, Eric's here. Mr. Unkoff, twice tonight. You must like us. Site plan review 26-017, Lawrence and Cooper, Inc., owner of 153 Maple Street, tax map number 303.17-13-9, seeks site plan review approval for the construction of a 480 square foot deck, replacing an existing exterior stairwell, providing access to the building's second story.
Right, so this is the inside courtyard of the shirt factory. There's an existing gravel like area on the inside corner. And there's an existing set of stairs and platform there. And what we're proposing to do is kind of put a deck that extends, that's basically measures, whatever, 16 by 30. And try and activate that corner is always kind of a dead spot for us. We have activities out there, so we would have a little bit of seating up there. And the tea shop would, potentially use that seating not during events, just during the normal course of it. There is an existing door there already. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's, one of the sheets there has the existing elevation, the existing, drawing there, that third,
Trying to figure out where.
spot over where the stairs end, that is a door.
Oh, okay. I just thought it was in.
Oh, so that's the restaurant there.
And then what's underneath? Is that just storage or is that like?
Oh, underneath, yeah, so it may be storage, I mean, the discussion I had with Ethan is that, we would maybe dig that down enough that we could use that as a vendor spot. I know my wife, who runs a tea shop there, was talking about, potentially using that as like a vending spot for the tea shop, or an outdoor vending spot for the tea shop. No, no. Yeah, I would say not above, because, we're out of there. When the market ends, we're out of there, the way we've got those times, typically, the only two where we actually get dark during the market is the last two in September. Other than that, it's actually, daylight out still at 8 o'clock.
Mr. Guy?
From my perspective, it's just as long as, building code that.
Yeah, well, Ethan's gonna draw the drawing up and stamp it, so.
Yeah.
It should be the thing.
Aaron, you have anything?
No.
It's outside, just,
Yeah, that's all I need to.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, as long as it has to go through building and code, so. Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Morphus?
Yeah, so is the deck big enough, so you could have entertainment up there if you had to? I wasn't planning on this.
16 by 30.
Yeah. It's big enough.
By 30, yeah. We're gonna have like 4 or 5 sets of tables up there is what the plan was. But, it wasn't planning. Yeah, well, I'm just thinking since it.
Yeah, it overlooks the
Yeah.
stage.
But I'm okay with it.
Yeah, Mr.
My reading is it's 6 feet, 3.5 inches off the ground.
Yeah, I think that's where it has to be, because I think that matches with the floor level on the
Okay.
first floor, right? So I don't think there's any choice in that.
All right, and that's a door to come out to. Right, I understand. I have no other questions.
I have no questions. It's a good idea.
Mr. Landry?
If this is, if it's elevated, what is it? Is it being built on top of is it open air underneath? So it's 6 foot 3 on the center.
Yeah.
By part of the building? Oh, you're gonna build it there, okay. And then as far as there's no concern, as far as again, lighting, as far as having a stairway that might, or is there lighting maybe on the building or something that might?
Yeah, so, yeah, maybe we might have to put a light, something small above the stairs.
Yeah.
It's something small, because we're not gonna be operating there after dark, so there's no.
But still, if someone just walks up those
Kind
stairs.
of dust, yeah, you know what I'm saying.
You gotta be concerned about the people that operate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's part of the reason to close in the bottom. is,
Right, there, put
keep
something
those
that- Yeah, it pulls off the bottom of the
people
stair.
out of there, yep.
Yep.
Mhm.
No. I have no questions, you're just continuing to improve that or.
Yeah, I think it's a great way to keep that corner.
Good spot, yeah.
You're adding a lot, you keep upgrading that area. I think it's another good positive thing for there. I don't have any issues, but we need to, is there anyone from the public that would like to comment on this? Ma'am, you're like, You are the public right now. No, I'd have to do that, but, I have no concerns on it. It's got to go through building and codes, and so Ethan's going to draw it up right. So, I don't have any issues.
I would like to make a motion that the Glens Falls Planning Board, acting as the board of site review, hereby grant site plan approval for the project by Glens Lawrence and Cooper, Inc., owner of 153 Maple Street, tax map number 303.17-13-9, for construction of a 480 square foot deck to replace an existing exterior stairwell. This is the building second story as presented at the meeting of May 6th, 2026.
Second.
All in favor?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Don't speak to the right.
Excuse me? Thanks. Go ahead. We're good. All right. Yeah, I want to go over this.
And you have.
What's that?
The advisory opinion.
Yeah, what's that?
Here. This is the next thing on the agenda, then we'll do this. That's
Oh.
what I was asking.
Okay, advisory opinion on proposed zoning text amendment. The city of Glens Falls requests an advisory opinion from the planning board on the proposed zoning text amendment to add the definition of dwelling, semi-detached, single-family dwelling, semi-detached, single-family to the city zoning code to allow this use in the R1B single-family moderate density residential districts and R1C single-family high-density residential districts. Okay, they want us to make an advisory on that. Mr. Gaddy, your email today,
Yeah.
yeah, it was outstanding.
Like I said, I guess, the planning board making advisory opinion to the common council is a legislative change to the zoning text. Having reviewed the draft comprehensive plan law, I think there's a really strong emphasis on increasing the diversity of housing types across the city. But this looks like it's sort of in reaction to a development proposal that we had a few months ago, which in itself seems like a great project, but I think the impact of essentially adding this new use in about 35% of the city to achieve a goal for one site is not necessarily the best way to approach it. I think that we want to, in my email, I outlined district intents for the RC, R1B, R1C districts. Very clearly states that these are for single-family residential feedback characters. So we are calling this a certain thing, but in all essence, it's a duplex that we're adding with single-family residential districts, right? So I would be far more comfortable from an overall policy perspective introducing this as either a planned development district for a particular project that would, that provides flexibility for certain projects. Or if we do want to introduce this new use to the zoning district, I think this should not be done as a sort of, it's a casual definition alteration. I think it should be a more transparent and open policy conversation, because it is 35% of the city that walk about it.
That's why I said your email, what you wrote and how you just was spot on. And I don't feel comfortable, like we have a great city and just, we don't need a bunch of ADUs and, these things happening in our great neighborhoods,
Yeah, honestly too, allowing duplexes in single-family residential districts is not, it's not necessarily like a bad policy,
Well,
right? And, a lot of modern literature in, housing reform and, urban development, it shows that in a lot of our existing single-family residential districts, we do have existing two-family residential, two-family residences, 2 units, except they blend in the neighborhood. You never really know. Whereas the use and the way that we're approaching this is you're taking 2 single-family lots, so you're still using all of that space, and then you're just mushing the 2 units together. So you're not really gaining any density tax base, and it's also, it's an odd configuration. You could get the same or better density with duplexes, allowing that, in the no, there's a better way to do it.
I just wanted to clarify that they are single-family residences, and they would still have to meet the same lot requirements, dimensional requirements, so you're not getting the additional density. They would be a single-family residence next to another single-family residence, each on a separate lot. That's why the definition is proposed the way it is, as a semi-detached single-family residence. You still have a single-family residence on one lot and single-family residence on another lot. They just happen to be on the lot line. They would still have to come to the zoning board to get, a variance for the setback.
Yeah, I think it's
A zero.
But it's really,
What is the definition? You haven't defined it. You're saying add semi-detached single-family dwelling, but you haven't defined what semi-detached single-family dwelling is, nor is it in the code right now.
There is a law, you should have received that.
It says, I have proposed text.
So you're saying.
I'm sorry. Turn the page, Karen.
So to that point though, right, so the dimensional, we're talking about density, right? So let's just say there's two existing vacant single-family lots side by side in one of these single-family residential districts. So the idea would be, this is my understanding. right?
you're just building the houses together on the
You
line?
take those two, so you're not really making very efficient use of that space, and you're also producing a housing that
Well, to your point, we didn't want to change the density when that is a single family residential district.
Yeah, what is it?
Changing it. By adding additional housing on a single-family lot, you are changing the density.
No.
No, because it's still one house on one lot, one house on another lot. They're just, why, I don't understand what,
Middle of the duplex will be on the property line. That's what.
Why don't you just combine the two lots?
Because the duplex is not allowed. On a single.
Then they could get a variance.
I don't understand this.
yeah.
I just don't understand.
But-
So it's two lots owned by the same person
Right now.
who wants to
But-
build a duplex on the lot line?
No, she's saying two separate lots.
Yeah, I'm confused. here.
This is to accommodate a development proposal that was
This
previously
was.
demonstrated.
Council will know that when they are going forward, that there was a proposal for area, I forget what the.
Yeah, it's over by the Little League field.
Yes.
Right.
That they wanted to do, this like townhouses. But that's not allowed in that district. So what they were proposing was two single family homes next to each other.
It's a pretty far reach to the.
I'm not,
Semi accommodate one,
Yeah.
It's like spots, so.
yeah, I don't, no,
Absolutely, because they would apply through the entire, to even like 35% of whatever, I don't.
35% of the city this would apply to.
They would not want to see that type of squishiness for lack of a better word, in those zones. Do you know what I mean? Like.
Right, because you still have all that space right next to it.
And so let me just,
Change the fabric of the way these neighborhoods were historically laid out. If you begin to develop that way, I don't know how far you can happen, because you have to have two lots next to each other that are empty, but I think if this was originally brought up sort of in response to that proposed development of the by was easier, maybe that's not right. Many or most of it.
it's not right for there. It's all single family houses that it would be thrown into.
Well, I think honestly what they will do is they'll just build single family residences.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I think. It's really, I think that was very succinct, and it sounds like we want to issue, we want to not advise.
Right.
Issue advisory.
I mean, could the recommendation to me, a letter would be to, like, recognizing that if there is an interesting and viable development proposal that's, tabled to a, what, get a use variance or, look at different ways to accommodate it. To recommend the PUD, we might have to alter the PUD language because, or the PUD is not allowed in the R1 district, and my interpretation of it. Yeah, so I think, so like, in any case, we were gonna be changing, right? So we were being asked to recommend like changing the law. That would impact 35 versus changing the law, which is the PUD regulations. PUD.
And that's not allowed in our anyway.
Right, so I'd say a smaller removal approach could be to say, hey, modify the PUD language to allow them in whatever district this was we were discussing. So that then if we want to accommodate expert development where it's appropriate, then we can do that.
Well, except our definition.
We don't, do we have to do this tonight?
Our definition of-
Can we do some more, like, I think the board, for the most of us, need to do a little more research on this to make, that we're not gonna change city code tonight.
You have, so
If you don't.
just from city code, you don't act on it, then you're saying you agree to it within 30 days of it being presented.
I don't.
So if you don't act on it, I mean,
Just make a negative advisory.
Right.
And not try to like, I understand what you're saying, but I think it just has to be no, then they can come back with something else.
Right.
Right. I mean, just have to get your bid now.
And, but our planned unit development is residential and office.
We don't want that. No,
Offices and commercial and residential.
Well, I think the nature, the language of the planning and development, it allows, it's kind of it's a funny thing, but it does allow a higher degree of discretion by both the.
And I don't want us to come off as being,
Exactly.
So some people, they have a whole plan to ready, so you would know everything that's going on.
Yeah, you wouldn't be entertaining, a PUD would have to come, on a case by case basis, probably originated by the common council.
I don't want us to come off as being not, there's a housing issue and, that we're against, being, somebody comes up with a new great idea, yeah, fine, but I'm not in favor of this,
I say just a negative advisory.
Yeah. All right, I'm not negative. Okay. All right.
Make a motion that the Glens Falls Planning Board hereby submits the following advisory opinion to the Glens Falls Common Council that we look with disfavor on the proposed zoning text amendment regarding dwelling semi-detached single family to the city zoning code in R1B and R1C. Is that all I need to say? We do not look with disfavor.
Yep. Okay. I say, all in favor? Ethan, I'd like to talk to you about that more,
Thank you.
You sound like you have a really good understanding and
Professional planner.
I know.
Not, that's for planning board.
No, seriously, that, I'm telling you, you're a professional planner, I'm not, I'm on the planning board, but yeah. So another thing we have this evening, our developer here in the city, Mr. Patton, you want to do, you over?
well,
Is this on the?
well, if you want it on the, we gotta.
What's that?
Do you want to be on TV with us?
Well, you should, the meeting's still open. Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, you can't go off TV if we're gonna keep.
Discuss it, right?
We got to talk about this,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, go ahead.
What's that? Because he, and this is in proper channels, he reached out to me and said, I've been here working at the building, he's got all this stuff going on, these projects, and they were doing some work downstairs, and he said, I would really like to change the color of this. And Yep. So I had this printed up by the architect. This is what, we approved this project a year and a half ago. These are the drawings of what that finished product is gonna look on the first page. Okay? And if you go to the next page, this is what the color change he wants to do to incorporate like the red brick color that we have all over downtown, where we've required, I've asked a lot of people to put the brick on their buildings. It's, the material's there, it's just gonna be painted, it's hardy board.
Procedurally,
Yep, tell me.
he's trying to make an amendment to site plan and architectural review. So shouldn't he file an application?
Okay.
Or-
Now this, I just brought this here.
Because I think it needs to be noticed to the public because we're changing.
Okay.
So,
And we are trying to encourage this person to follow.
Follow the path, like we
I mean, I have no objection to the law red and the other red. But I think procedurally, it should be an application.
Yeah.
Should be an application for an amendment on written.
Okay.
And/or architectural review needs to be properly noticed so the public can see it and then we vote.
And once he definitely this, because he took this color and he did paint it sort of underneath on one of the walls. And so I find it a little bit, it's in the shade and it's underneath.
Mhm.
So he wants us to see what it really will look like, paint one or two.
He said he will paint a couple of the spots up on the side of the building. We can reach out to him, tell him he's got to put in an application. Okay. I think it looks great. Okay.
What I'm saying is we can't vote on this tonight. This is
Yeah.
number one, because we have an application.
Right.
The application to the plan hasn't been noticed to the public and we need, if the public wants to come and speak for or against it.
Okay.
So I think there's a process that he needs to follow. The applicant should be told, based upon the feedback and the informal discussion, we agree, we like it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I make a motion, we adjourn this meeting.
Second.
Right. The Thunder is playing right now.
Yeah, they're.
Game 7. So if you can tune in on radio, it's on TV at Fenimore's right now. Anyone that wants, I am officially on vacation.
Wait a minute, Sabres or Bruins?
No, Thunder's playing, our hometown team. And I will be more than happy to buy